Hi, this is Annette Jones, and this is my Good to Great presentation for EDL 607, Generating, Managing, and Aligning Resources in Schools. My topic is the Hedgehog Concept. The Hedgehog Concept is based on an ancient Greek parable that states, "The fox knows many things, but the hedgehog knows one big thing." Philosopher Isaiah Berlin, in an essay titled "The Hedgehog and the Fox," used this parable and related it to the modern world as he divided people into two groups, foxes and hedgehogs. His thought was that people who are like foxes pursue many goals and interests at the same time. Because of this wide variety of interests and strategies, their thinking is scattered and unfocused, and they are limited in what they can achieve in the long run. People who are like hedgehogs are able to simplify the world and focus on one overarching vision. It's this principle that guides everything they do and helps them succeed against all odds. All odds. Hedgehogs simplify a complex world into a single organized idea, a basic principle or concept that unifies and guides everything. This reduces a complex world with all of its challenges and dilemmas to simple ideas. Anything that does not relate to the hedgehog idea holds no relevance. This approach keeps the organization focused on what it can best do to achieve greatness, a sustainable competitive advantage. Jim Collins and his team used the hedgehog concept to identify how good companies transition to great companies using the strategy of the hedgehog. A hedgehog concept is not a goal to be the best, a strategy to be the best, an intention to be the best, or a plan to be the best. It is an understanding of what you can be the best at, focusing solely on what you can potentially do better than any other organization is the only path to greatness. There are three circles in the hedgehog concept. A hedgehog concept is a simple concept that flows from deep understanding about the intersection of the three circles. The three circles are what you can be the best in the world at, as well as what you cannot be the best at, what drives your economic engine, and what you are deeply passionate about. The first circle in the hedgehog concept involves you, what you can be the best at. This is not meant to be a goal or strategy, an intention or plan. It is a clear statement of fact developed by honestly looking at which area you can be great at. With this dimension, your aim is to understand what your organization can be better than any other company at. If you cannot be number one in the world at the core business, then this shouldn't form the basis of your hedgehog concept. You also need to know what you'll never be the best at. Be honest when considering these weaknesses. The second circle is what drives your economic engine, or for the social sector, what drives your resource engine. Discovering the single denominator which gives you profits while allowing you to pursue your passion. To have a sound economic engine, your organization must fully understand how to generate sustained cash flow and profitability. This insight should be expressed as a single economic denominator or measure that can have the greatest and most sustainable impact on the organization's long-term success. For the social sector, the question is not how much money do we make, but how can we develop a sustainable resource engine to deliver superior performance relative to our mission? The third circle allows you to think about what makes you passionate at work, what gets you up in the morning and keeps you working late when everyone else has gone home, and what are your people most excited about, what inspires them about the purpose of the organization, and what motivations and values do you look for when you take on a new team member. You must also look at your organization's mission and vision statements. What are its core values, and how far do people subscribe to these values? You want to be right in the center of the hedgehog concept. It's no good having two out of three. You want it all. If you are passionate about what you're doing and good at it, but there's no money to be made, you're going to be very frustrated. If you're good at what you do and you're making lots of money, but you hate your job, it's not worth it. If there's money to be made in an industry that you're passionate about, but you aren't any good at it, that can be frustrating too. So we want to stay in the intersection of these three circles. This would mean research on your part, looking for your hedgehog concept while seeking the intersections of these three circles. Everything that you do should lead you towards the intersection. When it happens, you'll find that this guides not only your business choices, but your life choices as well. One of the biggest benefits of the hedgehog concept in action is its consistency. Companies that devote themselves to one goal and consistently default to their known strengths in times of crisis are often better poised to overcome rough patches than are companies with many competing visions. Getting the hedgehog concept is not an overnight process. It takes an average of 4 years. It is an iterative process. Useful mechanisms is a council or leadership team. You need the right people engaged in vigorous dialogue and debate, infused with the brutal facts, guided by questions formed by the three circles. The hedgehog concept requires that school leaders have a deep understanding of the three intersecting circles. Thus, it requires understanding what they can be the best at, what drives their economic engine, and what they are deeply passionate about. From this, school leaders must set goals and strategies to generate, manage, and align resources in schools based on this understanding. In regards to how we manage, align, and lead our school resources, our number one goal is cohesion. The hedgehog concept would allow for clear, cohesive efforts in which all resources are generated, managed, and aligned in one cohesive direction that focuses on the intersecting circles. Staff will be placed in positions that they are best at in the school. Programs purchased will be research based and evaluated for effectiveness. Student achievement data will be used with consistency to develop strategies for increased achievement. The hedgehog concept would help with allocating resources more deliberately and productively to assist in increasing student achievement and all improvement goals for the school. And especially important would be to develop and implement the school mission and vision with the hedgehog concept as the core. The three elements of the hedgehog concept could act as a foundation upon which to build a strategic plan. A school's mission and vision statement should align with the stakeholders what the stakeholders are passionate about. If schools can link their passion to what they are best at and then connect not this knowledge to funding streams within the context of a strategic plan, then they have a solid foundation upon which to become a great institution. Educational leaders have tremendous power to shape and influence others on a daily basis. Leadership is a central theme in recent conversations about improving K through 12 education. This is not surprising. For over the past few years or decades, researchers have consistently reported that school leadership, principal leadership in particular, is critical in developing and sustaining those school level conditions believed essential for instructional improvement. Educational leaders' work leads to development of academic well-being for others, as well as social and psychological well-being. Collins states, greatness is a matter of conscious choice and discipline. Thus, choices that educational leaders make on a daily basis must be aligned to connect and support the overall goals of the school. These goals should be within the hedgehog concept that have been identified. I believe leaders should always put the organization's needs above their own and make decisions for the greater good of the organization. Most leaders are often more concerned with communicating their vision first than getting the right people. Collins discussed, it is so important to get the right people in the right seats on the bus than communicating the vision. Leadership must rely on its people to drive it forward. Furthermore, people must face the brutal facts and at the same time keep the faith that things will improve or the organization will reach its goal. I believe the leaders help set the tone of an organization and shape the culture. Therefore, he or she must remain optimistic during times of despair. Also, the leader must create a culture of discipline, discipline people, discipline thought, and discipline action, which will assist in yielding greatness. It would be important for leaders to conduct a true assessment of the organization's strengths and weaknesses and align them with success or consequently re examine the goals of the vision and mission. This concludes my presentation on the Hedgehog Concept. This is a list of the references used. Thank you.